me. As you guys have been watching me already, y'all already know me. If y'all don't know me, then y'all gonna figure out eventually. My name is Ashley. I never introduced myself in all the other videos, but my name is Ashley. Yeah, I said it finally. Anyways, so this is the last video I told you some like light bulb moment. This is another light bulb moment. So when I first came to Christ, like I told you, I read the book of Revelations. I read the first 4 Gospels. I read the whole book of Proverbs. I read the books with the like 1 to 2, 3 chapters. I read Daniel's. I read Acts, and then now I'm reading the Old Testament from beginning to end. Reading the Old Testament. I'm trying to read the whole Bible from beginning to end. So when I was in the summer, when I first came to Christ and I was reading the gospel, I read this passage where Christ and the apostles were on their way to someplace. They're on their way to a town or whatever, a village, and Christ, on their way there, Christ saw a tree, and he was like, "Oh, I'm hungry," basically, or something. He wanted to go get some fruit from the tree. And when he got closer, from afar, the tree looked like it had some fruit. It was all probably beautiful, probably green and everything. He like, that looked like it got something good to eat on that. So he walked forward. He walked up to the tree, and there was no fruit on it. And so he cursed the tree. He was like, he cursed the tree, basically. And I don't remember exactly how he cursed it, but I know he cursed the tree. And when he left with the apostles, and he went into the town. And then when the apostles were coming back, they wrote down in their gospel that in the Gospels that when they came back, when they were passing by the tree again, coming back, the tree had wilted and was dead, right? And the tree didn't have any fruit, and it didn't look how it looked when in the beginning, when they first came to the tree. So I read that in the summer, and I was like, I don't really understand it. I was like, God, like, why do you care about the tree that bad? Like, were you that really hungry? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm mad stupid. I was not stupid. I was just uneducated. So I read that, and I was just like, well, I'm just gonna continue reading the Bible. And then a couple of days ago, I was just chilling in my room watching YouTube videos. I love watching YouTube videos. That's like my favorite pastime. I'm not studying. So I was watching YouTube videos, just chilling in my room. And then the thought came to me, right? From a video. The video kind of touched on it, but not really. And then I was thinking about what the video was saying about how we're supposed to bear fruit as Christians. And I was like, bing, ding, ding, ding. Like, things clicked in my brain, click. And I was like, wow. So Jesus cursed the tree because it didn't bear any fruit, but from a distance it looked like it was bearing fruit. So I was like, so we're that tree. So what are the fruit that we're supposed to bear? We're supposed to so when we're saved and we come to Christ, we're supposed to have good fruit. We're supposed to bear good fruit. We're supposed to share the word. We're supposed to walk in the purpose that God made us to walk in. We're supposed to serve our fellow brothers and sisters, right? And humble ourselves. So when God walked up to that tree, it was bare, it had no fruit. So he cursed it. So in the same way, when Christ comes back and he looks at us and he asks us what we did for the kingdom, and there's people over here who's saying, I gave to the homeless, I visited the sick, I did that and the third, and they're saying I did all these works, and God is like, depart from me, I never knew you. It's because their heart weren't in the right place. Like, how many times do you see people recording themselves giving food to people? Like, oh my gosh, I just gave this food to this homeless person. Like, you got your glory. You're doing this for the glory of God, right? You're doing this because you have faith in God, and through coming to God, your heart is renewed, and you're naturally doing this, right? The people who record themselves, I'm not saying all of them, but all the people who record themselves and they're so proud of themselves and like they have so much pride and arrogance to it, it's like, where is your heart, right? So they look like they're bearing fruit. From afar, they look like, oh, they're doing good things, they're doing great things, but their heart when you really get close and personal, when Jesus comes back and he gets close and personal, he looks at you and you're really not bearing any fruit, your heart is not renewed, and then you get cursed. You get cursed and you sent to hell, you know? So it's the same way. The curse, that's what, like, it was like brain fart. Like, it's not brain fart, light bulb reaction came together, and I understood what he meant and why he cursed the tree, because the tree looked like it was bearing fruit, but it really wasn't doing anything. It really wasn't. It looked green from you, the person. You might look all green from afar. You got all this money. You give it to charity and all this stuff, but you doing it for the love of men. You're not doing it for God. You're not doing it for the kingdom. You look like you're doing good. You look like you're bearing fruit, but are you really bearing fruit? That's why you need God to sanctify you, to renew your heart, to help you. Some people are naturally like that. They just love to give, and that's great. You're already halfway there. Now give with the faith in God and serve the way that Christ served. So that's just something to think about. This was a really, really short video, but I hope you learned something, because maybe not everybody knew about this tree fruit situation with Christ, but hopefully you learned something and you gathered something from it, and take what's yours, take what was meant to be yours, leave what wasn't, and somebody else will take that. But God bless you, and bye.